Topics of war, blowing things up, and being scarred for life. PTSD. When I began researching this topic, I thought that I knew everything about it. Then I ran into the article, Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder, Ethical and Legal Relevance to the Criminal Justice System. And I wanted to tell you guys a little more about this information. This article came from the Journal of Law, Medicine, and Ethics and was published in 2013. The authors were Ron Arsenio, Daniel Gross, Matthew Yoder, and Peter Turek. This article talks about the criminal justice system and the life of how ordinary people deal with it. You guys may be wondering why I considered this topic. I considered this topic because I'm interested in forensic science and the criminal justice system. I will one day become a detective and work in a criminal lab. This article focuses on the disorder of PTSD and the causes and the treatment. What is PTSD? It's when you are shell-shocked and you have flashbacks about things that have happened in the past. Most people refer to this as gross stress reaction. PTSD usually refers to veterans. And it's dealing with when you have stressors on a day-to-day basis. It's usually dealing with, oh gosh. What is PTSD? It is when you become shell-shocked and you have negative responses of things that happened in the past. Some people usually call it gross reaction stress. But most people think PTSD is when it refers to people in the military, but no, it refers to every day and on a daily basis. It involves dealing with stressors and things of intense fear, anxiety, and stress, and threatened death or actual deaths. Most of the time, people have PTSD is usually from things that they think is actually happening, but it's not happening. And I believe that normal people that work in the criminal justice field, they will eventually get it. Usually police officers or detectives, sometimes they will eventually deal with something on their job and it will cause them to have PTSD. No matter who the person is, you will eventually deal with something traumatic in your life. And depending on how you deal with it, you could eventually get PTSD. Once a person develops PTSD, it can lead to other problems. You have drug abuse, alcohol abuse, depression, anxiety, and you basically have mood swings and things of that nature. You eventually get social phobia, despair, withdrawal, and if you're thinking about getting a job in the criminal justice field, you need to kind of consider these things because you put yourselves in dangerous situations, robberies, arrests, and eventually sometimes people will try to kill you, basically. The treatment for PTSD is going to see a counselor, taking medicine in certain diseases, for certain diseases, and removing yourself from the situation that causes it. When certain things cause it, you should remove yourself, but really there isn't a treatment for PTSD. They do have a strong medicine called benzodiazepines, and it's for PTSD, but it's a really strong medication. If you take it over a long period of time, it could cause certain things to go wrong with your brain and you won't think properly. But PTSD never really goes away because if you encounter that situation again, it could come back up. So this whole article is about PTSD and dealing with the criminal justice field and the ordinary life. It's not just about veterans. And I think my overall reaction over this article is that I do agree with it, and I believe that I also agree with that everyday people deal with it,